Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Around the Creek podcast. As always, I'm Elijah.
I'm Aiden.
I'm Owen.
Oh, and hey there! I'm Chris. I'm back.
Yeah! Let's go, we got Chris!
Again.
Hi everybody. How's everyone doing? My name's Chris Bennett. I am an animator on Bluey. Co-wrote the episode Fancy Restaurant, and now I'm an official podcaster. Look at me go!
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Actually, I do want to talk about Fancy
Thanks
Restaurant.
for having me back. It was the last episode we chatted. It was really fun, and I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I'm glad we finally found a time and a day to do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the time zone
happening right
difference.
now?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
the time difference.
The time zone difference makes all the difference, but yeah. I had some friends that live over in England, and it's 6-hour time difference. Then Australia, it's 12 hours. It's a whole different, like, when it's
I know.
10 here, it's
We can
10
hardly
there, yeah.
schedule stuff with Aiden at the time.
True.
I have a job. I'm the only one of the three that's employed, so
and
it's difficult.
and you're in a different time zone than us.
That's true.
It's, like,
It's only an hour behind, though.
difference.
It's an hour,
Yeah.
but it still makes things complicated.
I'm a
It does,
Texan.
though,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not that
Especially
crazy.
because when we were trying to schedule this episode, I specifically said, I was like,
Ugh.
okay, I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to say the date, the time, and everything. And I said the date, and I said March 13th. So March 13th is today for us.
Mhm.
But for you, I'm pretty sure it's March 14th, correct?
It is. And how do flat earthers square this? What logic? What do they
It's so
do
true.
to get to this? And the thing is, like, let's get into some science straight away.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh, wonderful.
There's a clip online of Carl Sagan like just basically destroying the flat Earth theory straight away by just basically showing how shadows work. He's saying, like, if he gets a flat piece of paper and shines a light on it and says, okay, like, let's say someone's on this side of the paper, someone's on this side of the paper. See how the shadows are exactly the same when you shine a light from up here? Whereas if we bend the paper, like, we'll make it round, then all of a sudden, if you're in this part of the world, your shadow looks significantly different to the shadow over here. Like, one person's experiencing very long shadows, the other person's having, like, dead straight shadows. They think, yeah, it's because the planet is round, it's because of where you are in comparison to the sun. And I just don't understand. Guys, how do flat earthers? What are they
Here's another
thinking?
thing. If people pay attention, the moon is in
I was
different
gonna say-
orientations
oh.
depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah, if only we could find a way to speak to each other around
Elijah.
the world at the same time. Hey, what are your shadows like right now? Because mine are like this. Mine are like this. As long as we trust each other, we can just prove that we're living on a round thing.
My favorite thing about flat Earth like theories is just how crazy they get with the ideas and stuff, because like some of the stuff is like it's actually cool and funny how they have like definitions and reasoning
Yeah, it's
why this is
interesting.
possible.
Yeah.
Like I find that really fascinating. I don't believe a single thing they're saying. I think they're like they're off the rails a bit there, but it's really fascinating that they believe it so much that they try everything in their power to make everything they say make sense and
Yeah.
have reason.
But they might have one, a surface level kind of convincing argument, but as soon as you pair that with any other
It just
one
falls-
of their
it
arguments,
falls to the
they
ground.
fall through. Like their arguments do not work together. Whereas if you accept that the world is round, everything seems to make sense.
It does. You could also
because
just
it
like
is-
look at the moon and the sun, and they're round. That's crazy.
But they're
So-
not Earth. They're different though.
That's
they're
true.
round.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
do you-
thing to me.
You love
The
how
fact
I
that-
assumed that none of you are flat Earthers, by the way.
I'm not a
Yeah.
flat earther.
I
I may be
made
from
that
Texas,
assumption
but I'm
and
not that
glad it
crazy.
worked. If one of you had said, "Well, actually, I kind of think there's something to
Well,
it,"
that would be interesting. We can
Oh,
just
yeah.
have an energized debate.
It's surprising. This is kind of just falls in here, but our maps are not accurate because there's like 3 different types of maps, and none of them like
Yeah.
can unless it's like a globe, they can't like
Yeah.
properly
Yeah.
put the countries on there to their scale.
There's actually
That's
one
right, yeah.
that like folds down. It's like it has like the
Oh yeah,
but it shows like so it's not exactly like a full square map. It's just like a
yeah.
If you're like unravel a globe and then just like put it out straight.
We
That's what it
started
looked
this podcast like most podcasts.
like. Talk about flat Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight into conspiracy.
Hey, I mean,
conspiracy
I'm
theories.
down. We don't have to make this a Bluey oriented episode. Let's
We're
just go.
well-rounded.
Let's just go with
well-rounded.
it. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
This is Wednesday night.
We're well-rounded, unlike the Earth.
I actually did want to talk about Fancy Restaurant because I watched it twice actually because my siblings if they watch the show they usually watch Bluey, and so sometimes I'll stop by and watch it. I'm like, oh, I haven't watched this episode in a while. And then watching the pilot or the I guess pilot episode for Happy Place, and then watching the episode of Bluey, I can see the writing similarity. It's like, oh, I can see this is definitely written by someone different. And it definitely has Chris Bennett's humor stamped all over it. Because, like, I can tell, having that knowledge, I can see where humor plays a part into the actual episode.
No, especially in Fancy Restaurant, there's like, it's noticeable the more amount of comedy that's in it, and it's like it's great. I love that episode.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm in awe of Joe as a writer. I think he's incredible, and it's the way he can weave the meaning into the story, and you're not even sure where things are going and what the message is going to be until you get quite close to the end of the episode, and everything just clicks in this really satisfying way. He does that so well. I think my strength is a lot more simplistic. I like simple ideas. I always say bread and butter. I like bread and butter ideas, but because if you just get just the perfect piece of toast out of the toaster, it's perfectly cooked, and you just spread some butter on that thing and take a big bite. Oh, it's so simple but so delicious and satisfying. That I like those things. Bread and butter stories. And then just to let I love writing dialogue. So to let a lot of the dialogue do a lot of the heavy lifting and just be the part that's entertaining about the episode is just seeing the banter bounce back and forth between the characters. That's where I think, my strengths are with writing.
Bluey and Bingo's interpretation of like how restaurants run was so funny and so goofy. They just compiled it all into one big plate of who knows what that was, but it has sweet meaning to it. It was funny, but it had a nice sweet meaning to it.
Absolutely.
It's a nice, easy, nice, simple game they're playing. Like every kid restaurants at home, right? Every kid pretends to run a cafe or pretends to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
The idea was what would happen if Bingo got the wrong sort of idea and really used real ingredients, and how awful that would be. And then that's gonna bump up against Bandit's just unwavering commitment to the game, where he is literally going to eat that food because he has to, because he is Bandit, and that's what he does. He doesn't back down from Bluey and Bingo's games, so it felt like, there we go, there's the idea, there's the episode. Yeah.
He took the bullet so Chili didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember the episode too well. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I have to rewatch that.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
I remember it vividly. Like I love that.
I'm starting to now. I'm starting to now.
And then at the end, where Bandit just quick cut off to like puking, like the perfectly cut puke was incredible.
I think that's like a big reason why I noticed it wasn't normal Joe Brum writing, was that part in particular. It was just a lot more funny.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure Joe did write the majority of it. I don't want to claim I did most of it. Yeah, I came up with a lot of the ideas and the story beats and stuff, but actually writing the script was Joe.
Yeah. But I can see your humor in it. I can see your humor in it for sure.
That's
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What I'm very excited about is the guitar that Bluey plays in that episode is well, I've seen images of it. I've seen that it's being made as a toy that you can actually buy.
Oh. I think I saw that in stores. I think I saw that in stores.
I think it's out.
How big is it?
A kid size.
Okay.
Yeah, they can wear. I think it comes with a strap. You can wear it around your shoulders. Yeah, I'm thrilled of that because I specifically thought of that. And here it is in the real world. It's amazing.
He said a picture, Elijah? I want to see this. Yeah.
Let me send a photo.
While you do that, I've always wondered, like, the things that I love.
Oh, yeah.
Marketing people at all not marketing people, like companies, movie companies, when they make merchandise, my favorite types of merchandise are the things that are like not niche, but just stuff that only the fans would know. And I'm
Yeah.
beyond amazed that the Bluey Company has not made an official yes no button yet. Like, where is that?
Where is my yes or no button?
That would be the bane of parents' existence, but it would be so cool.
They would be annoyed. That's probably the reason why. It's
And
like,
probably
Yeah, they are annoying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there was also like an abundance of those things as it is.
That's true.
So, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, but I've got a surprise for all of you. If speaking of these keytars, if you all check under your chairs right now, you'll find that I've supplied you all with one. Take a look.
Oh my god!
Yo!
What?
Yeah!
Oh, wow!
I can't tell if
It's
you
really
actually believe me
here.
for a second there, or if you were just playing along for the benefit of
I don't know. Maybe you found my address. Know where I live. What?
What if there really was one? How freaked out would you be?
I would
Well,
be
a little.
terrified.
I'd be
I feel
more
like-
amazed than freaked
I
out.
feel like I'd be amazed. I'd be like, oh,
I would be
sick,
scared.
I wanted to get this, and I don't know what to buy it, and then I'd realize, and I'd be like, okay, but how? How did that get under my?
I mean,
chair?
y'all did find out my address just for the podcast,
That's
so
true.
Yeah,
I was
true.
like, "Wow, you were joking. You said you were gonna."
Okay, but to be honest, you gave that to us. But
That's true. We
we just look through the recording, and you see you just walking in the background of a line.
you're sitting in the
of Aiden-
background of
Yeah.
all
of
of our.
Aiden's setup, and you just slowly place the guitar.
You know that scene from The Incredibles where like, what's his name? What's the kid from Incredibles?
Dash.
Dash.
Oh,
there we
yeah,
go.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
where he moves and the tack's on the chair,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and he moves back. He's like, "There, see, he moved. He moved. That kid is guilty."
So true.
My son asked me yesterday who would win. This is a great question. Who would win in a race, Dash or Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh.
No, that was my answer. Was
we need to get
Yeah.
scientific about this.
I don't know.
To like
Oh, it's
analyze
Diplomatic,
footage.
guys.
We need to Google
I
this.
think it's a draw. I think it's a
Sonic
draw, right?
Red.
Can
Sounds
Sonic run on
right.
water though? Can Sonic run so fast that he
think
can?
so.
Ooh, that's true.
I think.
Pretty sure he
I feel like
can.
he's done it.
Because Dash can, but I don't know if.
I don't know Sonic too well, but doesn't he have to like kind of like build up to it, and then he slowly turns into like a ball? So he's not even really running; he's rolling at that point.
He can run and he can roll.
I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
there's actually an answer to this.
Oh my god!
I don't know how people found out how fast they both.
It's the
go.
internet. Why
Before
are you
tell us-
surprised?
Before you tell us, let's all. I want to guess before you tell us.
Ooh,
for it.
yeah.
It's probably Sonic.
I think it's Dash.
Ooh, I'm gonna guess probably Sonic.
So, it is Sonic.
Yeah.
Apparently Sonic can go 186,000 miles per second
What?
at the speed of light,
Oh,
and apparently Dash can only go 190 miles per hour.
lame.
That's such a
Slow.
big difference.
That is,
Whoa.
Dash, get on Sonic's level.
yeah, for real.
Oh my goodness.
I guess there's our answer, even though I swear he goes faster.
Maybe they'll
But,
go faster in Incredibles 3.
like, is there like some sort of like
boy.
lore canon like?
How
Ultimate
they measure
Showdown?
the speed for that? That's my question. How do you get
How-
this?
I mean, there's an
Yeah.
episode where like, oh yeah, Sonic goes the speed of light. But
Okay,
Dash-
If it's on the
okay.
internet, then it has to be true.
Yeah,
Of
for real.
course. Well,
Everything on the internet is obviously true.
but I wouldn't be
Except for the
surprised
flat Earth stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone went to
Oh,
the
yeah.
effort to like track down frame by frame the distance,
something
like
game theory would
distance
do.
between. Yeah. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Game Theory.
Rest in peace.
He's not dead.
He's not dead, but he's gone.
Gone but not forgotten.
But not forgotten.
I think the reason we've jumped into a lot of science chat, silly as though it's been, is because since the last time I spoke to you guys, I've put together another pilot episode of another idea for a cartoon show.
Yes,
And-
I did see that.
It is it's an educational show, and it's all about science, and it's all about the world of birds. And these birds, they go to school and they have the best teacher in the world, and he's amazing. And the show is named after him. His name is Dr. Kookaburra. Kookaburras are native Australian birds, so
Okay.
of course that makes sense. And he's a doctor of the sciences, and they use the power of their imaginations to imagine themselves going anywhere, doing anything, all in the name of discovery and curiosity. And it's just all about celebrating the best relationship between a kid, a student, and his teacher, and hopefully to be, funny, heartfelt, all those good things, but also being legitimately educational for both kids and adults, because we want to get off the beaten track of kind of science you teach at school and get into stuff that is really wildly interesting, but also kind of goofy and funny. And that the pilot episode is available on YouTube to watch for free right now.
Mm-hmm. It is on. I will put the links to I believe it's the Happy Place YouTube channel is on that as well,
it's the
right?
Happy Place.
Yeah, it's the Happy Place YouTube channel.
Yeah,
has
I just threw it on the same one.
pilot of Happy Place, and then the pilot of Dr. Kookaburra. I think I said that right. Kookaburra? Yes. Dr. Kookaburra. So
It's
Watch
been a
them
while
understand.
since I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I
Kookaburra.
saw the pilot episode, but I remember like a lot
Remember
of
when
the
it came
facts
out.
being in it, and I was like, oh wow, that's like in depth.
I loved it, like, right
Yeah,
away
I
when I
really
saw it.
liked
I
that one.
loved it.
Thank you. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
The idea was, was to surprise everyone who's watching, including the mums and dads, to go, oh well, hey, I didn't know that.
Exactly. There we go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the same spirit that Bluey has. Make it
Yeah.
not just a show for kids, something adults can enjoy. And there you go. Bigger
But
target
in
audience.
this way,
Yeah.
it's like about actual like science and stuff, and I really like it.
Mhm.
What I don't know is that would it be as, and I'm kind of shooting my own idea down a little bit here, but I hope it would be as re-watchable as something like Bluey, because once you've learned all the facts, I hope people are still willing to go back and rewatch
Yeah.
the episodes just for the comedy and the story
As long
side
as
of
the
things as well.
plot's fun. Like, if the plot's fun, the dialogue's interesting, the characters are enjoyable. Yeah.
The voice
Yeah.
acting's on point in that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
nice one, thanks.
people rewatch Wildcrats, and Wildcrats is a
That's
show
that's true.
It's
That's
all
true.
about wildlife science, and I've learned a lot of facts from that. And I would
Yeah,
still
you're
watch
right.
episodes over and over again.
And Octonauts, I suppose, is another example.
Oh yeah.
Octonauts, yeah.
Oh my God, that is wow.
Odd Squad.
Oh boy. Oh, you just. Oh wow. Okay.
Octonauts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched that every day for a very long time.
Oh, nice one.
Ooh.
For Bluey fans, the voice of Maynard from Bluey, his name is Sean Shulbra. He's such a fantastic guy. He plays the part of Dr. Kookaburra, and you'll definitely recognize his voice in the show. And yeah, a lot of us on the show really wanted to see more of Maynard, and have to put him in as the star of the show was awesome.
He's such a fun character.
Yeah, he's
Just
great.
like, and his voice, and he does a great job at voice acting. Just
He gives
yeah.
off the really cool teacher vibe, but it's also like he's not like so what's the word? It's like if there's like a deadline that's due, he'll get kind of angry with you to do it, but he'll be like comforting the whole way through kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Like
Yeah, yeah. He
an
like
empathetic teacher, like one that
more empathetic. Yeah.
yeah.
Empathetic, but not like baby talking. to
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's that it helps when your students are well behaved and nice, and you do have that
Yeah.
luxury of kind of being nice with them. So yeah, it is very idyllic, and it is the student teacher relationship at its best, and that it means you do need to have a kid that genuinely wants to learn, but you've also got this teacher who's just so good at inspiring them and making them want to learn. And I think that's the most important thing that anyone can get out of school is it's not even so much what you learn and what you retain from memory. It's more like what was something installed in you that made you see the benefit of education. Do you now see why it's fun to learn? things just for the sake of learning them, not so that you can pass a test or whatever, but
Yeah.
just being able, because then with that comes just appreciation for everything that we have, and well, yeah, just, I think a more fulfilled, wonderful life once you start to. Because and a lot of this is on me, and I'm projecting maybe because I don't think I did appreciate school enough when I was there. But only when I got out of school did I start thinking that was the time I could have. All I had to do was just go be a sponge and listen, absorb, and go, wow, just be amazed by the world. But when you're older and you start to think about how good that actually is, it's too late, and you got a job and responsibilities and stuff. You can't do it as much.
Can't wait.
Yay.
No.
I'm a little bit over on the other end of that. Junior year is pretty rough, but I do appreciate school. I do appreciate school a lot. Junior year is not the best example of good school, but
Go on.
It's
How come?
The workload's much bigger because it's the year before senior year, and so this is when you rush to get all the credits done. You gotta start looking at college, all that. It's when you can start working where I live. So I've got a job, and so
already work.
very, very busy. But like sophomore year and like freshman, sophomore year of high school, that's when I was able to I really enjoyed like biology. I love science, so biology was fun. We're doing chemistry this year. I hate chemistry. It's the subject that's made me not like science.
I have physics, which is just like a whole different.
Oh, physics.
Here's the thing. I like math to a point. It's very, very, very like a very small point where I like math, because when it gets too complicated, I'm not interested. But
You lost me at imaginary numbers.
yeah,
Imaginary numbers. Ooh.
But for some reason, I am like fascinated about quantum physics. I know I could never do it. I could never have the patience for it. I will never learn it. But it's like it's on my list of things to do that I will never do.
But it's interesting.
So you're not going to be the next Ant-Man then?
No, unfortunately, no.
Aw.
Okay. Yeah, I've fallen into some YouTube rabbit holes about string theory.
Oh,
All that stuff. That's so fascinating.
this is the science podcast.
Welcome to the science podcast.
Well, I mean, I do love science.
Science is fun. I love science.
I'm trying to be a doctor. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Um,
There'll be a lot
What
of science
does
there.
have to do with that?
A lot of chemistry. A lot of
chemistry, biology, anatomy,
anatomy. Yeah, that's also a big part.
physiology, all that.
Physiology. Yeah. I'm
What
thinking.
kind of doctor do you want to be?
So I have a few choices. It's either going to be family medicine, pediatrics, or sports medicine.
Sports?
Not a scatologist?
I have no idea what that is, but I want to hear about it.
Me neither.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'd like you to, after the podcast, just look up scatologist.
Scatologist.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
He said after.
Okay, I will do that after.
He's doing.
I
it
don't think I
now.
spelled it right. I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure this out.
Uh-oh.
I can't spell.
Okay, let me give you an example of how school could be made more interesting. So
Ooh, yes.
I think everyone can agree that math can be pretty boring, right? Pretty dry.
Yep.
And especially stuff like trigonometry.
I love, wait, that's actually my favorite
You love
part of math.
trigonometry?
Yeah.
Are you insane, Elijah?
Yes.
Oh,
That is a
the
sin.
thing is, I think you are right. I think trigonometry should be amazing. It's just the way, or at least to me, the way it was presented to me in school was, all right, okay, guys, here's a picture of Sally, and Sally is flying a kite, and if the kite is flying in the sky, and and it's at a height of 10 meters, how long is the string of the kite? And you think, I don't care. Who? Why would this ever matter? Like, I'm never going to walk into a field, see a kite, and think, I wonder how long that string is. That is so dumb. Now, but trigonometry is also implemented in other ways that are legitimately fascinating.
Yes,
and amazing.
that is true.
So, for example, when people they point out stars in the sky, and they can tell you exactly how far away that sun is, how far away their stars are. That's trigonometry, because what they've done is they've recorded the light coming from that specific star in 2 different places on the Earth's surface, worked out, so therefore you know the distance between those 2 measuring devices on the Earth. You've got one side of the triangle, and therefore you can then calculate based on
The rest. Yeah.
the angle that you've got from both of those points, the distance. It's trigonometry, man. And I think that's incredible that this really simple tool of a triangle, if you know enough information about the triangle, you can work out the other length or the other angle of the triangle. That's how we know how far away other stars
That's
are.
pretty cool.
The definite reason I like trigonometry is because it was taught to me in physics before it was taught to me in math. So just like that whole application of actually applying it to more realistic scenarios of having to figure things out, definitely kind of like um built a different viewpoint for me around it. So it wasn't that's the thing with math. When it's in science, like chemistry or physics, I understand it, but as soon as it's outside of that class, I have no idea what you're
I'm
talking
the
about.
complete opposite. I'm the complete opposite. You put math and science, nothing in my head. There's nothing going on in my head.
But does it like in real life, like if you had to like, I don't know, there's not a lot of opportunities unless you go into specific careers that you need to use more advanced kinds of math beyond like addition, subtraction, multiplication. But say you do like exactly like measuring the distance of stars, like would you be able to use the I guess trigonometry field for that and you'd understand it then? Or do you need to see it on, or are you better if like it on paper?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, and it's also kind of a chicken or the egg situation, isn't it? Because how are you going to get interested in this stuff until you see the application of it? Or do you have to see the application of it first in order to be interested in it?
Mm-hmm. That's
These are the
true.
questions.
It's like y'all learn about in school, and then you can use it and actually apply it, but you might lose interest by then. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
class over.
It's like it's amazing because I can never learn French. I've never had
Oh,
been able to learn
no.
French. But for 1 year, I was quite good at it because I was with a good teacher. We were going at my own pace and stuff, and we did pretty well that year. I think I got like a 70, which is pretty good for me. And then as soon as the year ended, all of it gone.
Yep, that's
Don't
yep,
remember
that's me with Spanish.
anything. I don't remember a single thing. It's the same with math. I remember I got really good at like the circle thing with
Oh yeah,
a
that
squared plus b squared equals c squared.
that's Pythagorean's theorem. That's triangle.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Well, I got really good at that. I couldn't tell you how it works anymore.
Well, you just did. A squared plus b squared
Yeah,
equals c
A
squared.
squared plus
It's
B
that
squared equals-
Yeah,
simple.
but I couldn't like calculate it.
Okay, right. I'm not gonna explain it right now because that's a lot of time. Well, it's not that much time, but basically each letter is a side of the triangle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like A,
Oh,
B,
yeah,
C.
right.
There you go. I mean, you got it basically. So
Yeah, you got
remember it.
Wonderful.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Math.
Math.
Everything goes together. Math, science, language. It's all part of just discovering
Ooh.
the world.
I have a topic regarding math still.
Oh,
No.
all right.
It's no. It's like a really interesting like kind of like not theory, but just like a thing I've noticed and I've talked to people about. But you realize like how you learn simple math at a young age, but then as you learn the more advanced math, you start like double like
Second
you
guessing?
start doubting yourself on your simple math and you start using a calculator on
Yeah.
your simple math, but then on your harder stuff, you're like, yeah, I know that's that.
That's true, but I think it's more just like I don't want to mess up all these simple things that I should know. It's like
That's true too.
you want to eliminate as much, I guess, variables of error as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could be
I mean-
one. Could be one.
Yeah, I think maybe you start second guessing your simple math because you realize that is the foundation that every other calculation you're doing is based upon. So it's really important you get simple
Yeah.
stuff right. It's measure twice, cut once, right? You got to double check the simple stuff so that when you actually do execute the really important part, you're doing it safely.
I actually saw a video the other day where it said measure once, cut twice, and it was some guy made a door, and I guess it hit his upper wall, so he cut the upper wall to fit the door opening.
I saw that.
Yeah.
This is why we need math measurements.
Yep. This is why math is important.
Architecture can be so wild. It's like you see some of these buildings and the amount of math has to go into it, because of course you have the overall design of the building and then how it's supposed to be supported and support the weight and all the calculations that go into that. It's like, oh, building, but it's like, how is this building not going to crush me and like just fall apart?
Yeah, and bridges too, right? Bridges are insane.
Oh my god, bridges!
There's a bunch of examples of this. We have one in Brisbane where they start building the bridge on both sides of the river at the same time, and they're designed to meet in the middle when they're building it. But the slightest little difference or incorrect measuring at the start is going to lead to this bridge not lining up in the middle. And this has happened to one of our bridges, and you can see where it just like zigzags and just to like make it work halfway through the bridge. And I think actually it looks really cool. I like that bridge. It gives it a little bit of character.
They didn't bother just restarting?
Yeah, I forget what we've got quite a few bridges over the Brisbane River. I forget which one it is and what it's called, but it definitely it's not a straight bridge. It kind of does a little zaggy move as you go across it.
Okay, so a question I've been keeping in the back of my mind for I don't know how long now. Back to the Dr. Kokobara. All the way back.
Good effort. C-
Is it that how you say it?
It's honestly it's hard. It's quite a hard thing to say.
Kookaburra.
But Kookaburra.
Kookaburra. Okay.
But I say borough. You would say bureau, right?
I don't think so.
Kookaburra.
Bread.
Cuckoo bread.
Yes, cuckoo bread.
Would say the 5 boroughs of New York, right? But you would say
borough.
Yeah, we call it borough too.
Yeah. No? But I would say saying borough, I don't think comes that naturally to your accent.
Borough.
Borough. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Kookaburra.
But yeah, I guess because we do say our A's like that. Bara. My mom's from South Africa, and so she, instead of saying bath, she says bath. You know, it's the difference of the way they say the A's. So we say they say ah.
Yeah, well, I love putting an unnecessary letter R into words like bath, castle. There's no R in those words. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, it should be castle or bath.
Yeah.
Bath, right?
But
I don't. That's so. I'm weird.
I mean, that is how it is said in English, in the English accent, Australian accent, Americans. Our accent is something different.
We're interesting
because the way it is said in English accent is the I don't know how Americans went to say it like but it was not originally like that. So,
have you ever had a problem understanding Bluey at all?
No.
No.
No, but actually,
there's sometimes we get mixed up on the slang.
Yeah,
sometimes
thongs are not things for your feet here.
Oh yeah, no, they are not.
The thing, the dingleberries, whatever that was, that they had to change in America.
Oh yeah, they had to change.
They had to change that one. Was it Super Troopers?
Got through.
Super Troopers.
Yeah,
they changed it to Super Troopers.
It is so funny. I don't know how that made it through,
it sounds so unnatural. Like Dingleberry sounded great, and then it's like Super Troopers. No.
They said Super Troopers instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed it to Super Troopers instead of Dingleberries.
Mhm.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, I'm scared to ask, but what's wrong with Super Troopers?
Nothing.
It just sounds. It just sounds.
It just sounded
It
off.
just sounds goofy.
Oh, I see. Okay, right, yeah. It just made me think of the movie Super Troopers.
And it just didn't sound like something Bandit would say. Like I
No,
I don't know.
absolutely, he would say Super Troopers. 100%.
I mean, no, maybe he would, but like I don't
Not
know.
to
I
his
just
kids.
I don't know. It just came off weird to me.
Yeah, I was surprised that he said Dingleberries made it through. I was delighted that it did, but
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised.
Yeah. That's
It's
actually
good to
the
know. It's good
only
to know you guys understand the Australian accents and it's all good.
Oh yeah, I love accents.
It makes the show.
Well, the thing is, my mom's my obviously my mom has that South African accent still. I mean, it's more Americanized, but she still has a little bit that South African twang to it. And then my grandmother was from England, so she spent a lot of time in England. And when she came down over to America, I got really familiar with that English accent.
It's probably
it,
one of the
got it.
best accents, the Australian accent,
So-
to be honest.
Talking on accents and Bluey, I occasionally see videos of parents being like, "My kids now say words like this because they watch Bluey," and I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh." So,
I saw a lot of love for Bingo saying airport. We're
oh
not
my
going
god,
to the
yes,
airport.
yes.
Apple.
Airport.
That was I've seen a lot of that.
But I did see like apparently most Americans don't call it an airport. No, we call it an airport. I don't understand like how Americans wouldn't we
No, it's
call
the
it an
way-
airport.
I think it was more like Bingo was saying it's the way she says
Yeah.
it with her accent, right?
Yeah.
Airport.
No, I get the
Yeah.
accent part, but I think I saw a video where it was like Americans don't understand what she's saying. Like, no, we understand what she's saying.
No, we know what an
I
Oh, I
airport
get
is.
it.
Wait,
Yeah. Like it made it seem like Americans have no idea what she meant. It's not a different
We
language.
don't have airports here. We just
There's-
walk everywhere.
Speaking of accents on that topic, there's actually a few episodes. I'm not going to say what they say exactly because the things that people mishear is really funny.
Oh
So
boy.
for the
Uh-oh.
episode's Dunny, there's a part where Bluey says, "Dad, you're swapping with me," but with the accent, it sounds like something completely different. Look it up on your own because
I don't want to
cannot
look it
say
up.
that
I don't
It's
Right
want
after
very
you look
funny.
up what a scatologist does, we can check
Yes.
that out as well.
Right after here's a cue of what you need to look up after the podcast. Scatologist, and you have to rewatch Dunny.
Yeah, exactly. And also the episode Asparagus. This one I actually cannot unhear now. When when Bluey first uses the asparagus on chili and says chicken. But with the accent, it doesn't sound like it obviously she's saying chicken, but if you hear what other people are hearing and then you hear like it again, you cannot unhear it. And it's the funniest thing ever.
I'm
scared,
scared.
Owen. I'm deeply concerned and scared. I have a feeling Google search later is not gonna
Google
gonna
probably won't
appreciate the Google search later, but we'll figure it out.
But it's interesting
later.
because usually American media infiltrates other countries, whereas like other countries' medias don't usually go into like America. So it's really interesting to see like an Australian show get really popular in America because that doesn't usually happen. Like anything outside of I guess the yes I have seen that
Oh my
video.
god, yes. Audio illusions, yes.
Bart Simpson bouncing rotating pirate ship. That is in my
I've seen
receipt.
that
This is
too.
a
Yeah, I
soccer
love that.
chant in the UK, and you can listen to it in about 12 different ways that it sounds like different things. I think
Yeah.
what they're saying is, that is embarrassing.
Yes,
I think that's what they're
that
saying.
is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
And
You
I'm
can hear
like-
it sounds like Bart Simpson bouncing.
Yes.
Maybe play an audio clip for our.
I'm gonna do it right now. So everyone
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
I'm gonna start playing it.
All right. Good.
This is the
That-
highest tech of
Yeah.
editing right here.
There we go. I could edit it in, but it's right there.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's
could've.
literally right there.
But it is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you actually just played it.
Yeah,
thought
I
you
did
put
just
it-
play
you
it.
were gonna put
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I
Okay.
could, but I mean, it's right here. So
High tech audio editing, everybody.
I check
And it's
audio
fun.
edit. I could, but we also need to
Yeah, it's
record our
fine.
mics separately later on. we need to do that, but we've been talking about for like forever like, oh, we need to record our mics differently so that if we have a technical issue or something like that, it would. And yes, we should, but
Maybe
y'all-
Owen, Mr.
I have OBS. I'm recording my audio. If y'all record your own audio, go for it. Do it.
I might start.
But
I
you-
might, but
it's
my
all on
OBS
you
is
to do
dumb.
that.
I will do it.
I can figure it
soon.
all out on my end. But
Yeah.
What other cartoons do you guys like?
Gravity Falls. I like Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
That is a classic work of animation. I am a huge like nature lover, and so the setting in like Oregon I find really like beautiful. The art style it makes a lot for me, yeah. Besides that, I don't watch a lot of movies or TV shows.
I watch a lot of movies and TV shows.
Yes,
and
he
I've been
does.
watching a lot of like highly rated movies lately. Like I watched Forrest Gump the other day. I saw.
Ooh, Forrest Gump's good.
I watched what is it called?
But Owen, that's not animated.
The Shawshank Redemption. The
Oh.
Shawshank Redemption. I saw.
You're just going through the must-see movie list.
Yeah, kinda. I saw The Dark Knight as well. I didn't really like The Dark Knight. I thought it was good.
What?
I thought it was
Dark Knight is
good. I thought it was like an 8 out of 10. But it does not deserve third best movie
So-
of all time.
Ooh.
I honestly really like watching bad Netflix horror movies.
Oh, I remember we got a call together and watched Us.
Oh yeah, we watched.
Me
what did
and
we
him,
watch?
we watched Us.
Oh yeah, we watched Us together.
That was actually kind of good. That movie was kind of good.
That
Yeah.
wasn't like a Netflix original. That was
That's
actually like
true, yeah.
Nominated, I think.
that was actually a great movie.
It was pretty
Here's
good.
the
with
thing, a lot of people
subliminal
they
messaging.
kind of think like Netflix originals are like, oh, Netflix originals are bad and all this stuff.
Some of them are good.
There are so many good ones. The best example, Klaus, my favorite movie ever, is a Netflix original, and it's breathtaking.
Yeah,
And
it's awesome.
thanks to Aiden, I now have the book behind the entire making of that movie. All
I've
the
now added that to
animation
my
stuff.
list, and I will be
lighting.
watching that at some point.
Thank you. Do it now. It's amazing.
That now?
I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, Klaus's the animation's really good. I think it was pretty emotional, but it's been a few years, so I need to watch it.
It's
Yeah.
up there as one of the best Christmas movies.
It's the
But you can also watch it any time of the year. It's really good.
Mhm.
yes.
Well, Netflix
my
original
favorite.
doesn't necessarily mean it's just it's funded by Netflix, so but no, it's like
Yeah,
other studios are like
it's- yeah.
that come to Netflix like, hey, we want to put our movie on your platform, or maybe it's the other way around. Like Netflix asks, hey, can you put this
Yeah,
movie on
like-
our platform?
Like with
to
Nimona.
create, yeah.
I was going to say Nimona as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
Nimona's
That
amazing.
was such a good movie.
I mean, I
That's
watched.
free to watch on YouTube now.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. Like, what's the marketing idea behind that? It posting an entire movie to
Probably
YouTube,
like
especially
Netflix
that
originals
one.
aren't all awful, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, especially that one, because that one, like, that can make some people angry for obvious reasons. And it's just like, I just don't understand why specifically that one.
I'm completely speculating here, but it might have. They did that in the lead up to the Oscars, so it might have been a bit of
Yeah.
Mm.
but it
Drop some
try and
hype.
win the Oscar. But they didn't win. Who won? I think it was
It was
Ghibli
Boy
won.
and the Heron.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, right.
Owen's very salty that
Oh
mean,
boy!
I-
Across
oh
the
boy,
Spider-Verse
here we-
didn't
oh
win.
Lord. Oh no! Here we go.
Okay.
Have you guys
so-
seen that movie?
Yes, I've seen. It's great, wonderful, amazing,
Oh
spectacular.
boy!
But
He's about to
What?
rant. Give him a moment.
Hold on.
you know what else was nominated this year?
Oh no! Oh no!
Across
Elemental?
the Spider-Verse.
What mental
Oh,
is
yeah.
wild, bro?
Also
Very
known as
passionate
the
about.
best movie ever. Not my favorite, but it's the best movie I've ever seen from everything. Sound, like character design, different art styles, music, story, comedy, action. It has everything. It's so good. And as soon as I left the theater, there's like video evidence of this. I'm just screaming the entire time, just saying how good it was.
That
and I'm
is
saying,
true.
like,
I do remember that video.
That has to win the Oscars. That
believe
has to
I
win the
for-
Oscars.
But
Let's
let him go.
Yeah.
But doesn't have an ending.
Exactly. There we
Yes,
go.
exactly.
There we go.
He gets it.
There
He's gone.
Oh.
He's gone.
He's left the podcast.
That is exactly what I said.
That is what we all said.
Doesn't have an ending.
I know, but that's because it's not done. That's because it's not done. It's
Well,
so
okay,
good, they
so
couldn't
then-
fit
It's
all
not
the
done.
amazingness
So,
in.
there you go.
It's not done, exactly.
But that shouldn't mean it lost the Oscars. That's what I'm
You know
saying.
how every
That
good
cannot be
story
the
has a
only reason
beginning
why
and a
you
middle?
lose the Oscars.
Yeah, no, we're taught at a very young age that every story needs a beginning, middle, and end.
Does.
No, there's no beginning or end with this one. It's just the beginning's already been there, and we have the middle.
I may have not been annoyed by it because I actually knew that fact before watching it. That was the
Oh,
only
I
thing
didn't
knew
know. I
about
was
it.
bummed out.
Yeah, that's why I was
So
like,
that
you
might
left
be
us on a
why it doesn't
cliffhanger
hurt me as
like
much.
that.
But like, it's
Hi,
such
I'm
a
Miles
good
Morales,
cliffhanger.
and I'm Spider-Man.
It was a good movie. The animation is great.
It was not
But
just
watching
good,
the
it was
first
not just
Spider-Verse, the first Spider-Verse movie it had everything that this one had, but it had a
No.
ending that was enjoyable. The soundtrack, like the music that they put in this movie, just elevate. It's more iconic.
I might be kicked off the podcast for this, but
Uh-oh.
Where I agree with you is that the animation in Spider-Verse 2 was unbelievably good.
thank you.
Unreal. I was sitting there thinking, like, I can't believe how good this is, and just some of it is very fast paced, and some of
That's what I love.
the amazing artwork is only on screen for a few frames, and you can't even take it in. It's just getting thrown at you, all this amazing stuff, and you think, I have to go through this and go frame by frame to like really appreciate everything they're showing us. It's just that non-stop. It is amazing, but this brings us to a bigger point that the Oscars are kind of any award for art is kind of flawed to begin with, but the Oscars are
True.
particularly flawed because animation isn't a genre. It's why is animation its own category?
I hate that so
An
much.
animated movie should be able to win best comedy. It should be able to win best drama or whatever.
Yeah.
Pigeonholing Spider-Verse in with something made by Laika, something made by Pixar, something made by that's Ghibli. These are all like wildly different things, and to make them compete against each other feels wrong.
Well, actually, I think Spirited Away is the first animated movie ever to win Best Picture for one year.
Is that right? I thought it was
think.
the first one that wasn't Disney or wasn't.
Maybe
Pixar,
that, but I think it was bigger than that. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I'll look it
Oscars are
up.
kind of dumb anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest thing because every other
Will
award
Smith.
site, every other award site ever, across the Spider-Verse won. There was like 37 other ones where it won. So
Oh, I'd say if we're going just off of the animation alone, like the animation in Spider-Verse
Oh yeah,
was
the
incredible.
animation was just
But
incredible.
again, it was just like I really wanted to have like some sort. It doesn't have to be because you can continue movies and they have an end.
Yeah,
That's pretty
like,
much the entire
give me an
MCU. The entire
I wanna ask you
MCU. They all have
One
endings.
question. I want to ask you one question.
Mhm.
Apart from it being a cliffhanger, I dare you to name one thing wrong with that movie. I will wait.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
I mean, like,
Not enough Spider Ham.
So true.
yeah, real. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. you're right.
And another
Definitely.
thing, where
have been
was
nominated.
the amazing soundtrack that I could listen to for years afterwards?
Where's my sunflower?
There we go, exactly. Annihilate was such a good song. And it was in the movie for what, like 5 seconds? And I can't remember a single other song
I
that's
do
in the
agree
movie.
with that. I do agree with that. I thought the songs were like really pushed back, but oh my god, the score. I cannot believe that was not nominated for best score. But you know what else was? Dial of Destiny, which is literally just every Indiana Jones soundtrack put into one movie.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
a little bit of a different change. Like, are you kidding me?
Ooh.
I want that book. I want
Ooh.
that book.
Oh no, don't don't give him ideas. It was
Aiden,
the book that I
Aiden.
bought for him for his birthday was very expensive. That one's gotta be more. All right.
The only thing about that book is that it's into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And as I was gonna say before, I might be kicked off the podcast for this.
Oh.
The first
take.
time I saw Into the Spider-Verse, I was like, wow, amazing. The second time, I don't
Say
know
it.
what it is.
Say it.
I don't know what it is.
Uh-oh.
But I didn't enjoy it as much.
Okay, no, that's
This is
valid.
like going into a crowded room and saying you don't find puppies cute.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
let me tell you this,
oh,
Owen.
It's like
oh.
saying, I don't really like pizza.
The first Spider-Verse movie was perfection. I
Yeah,
was
I really
waiting.
like the first one.
Little me in 2018 was so excited for this movie. I was waiting, and when I got to see it in movie theaters, no regrets. I remember being in awe. And I was
So
really.
I was like that, but with Across the Spider-Verse.
And then I watched it
That
again.
movie is perfect.
I watched it again about a year ago. Still holds up. And I was expecting like something similar for the next movie, which Across the Spider-Verse was great. The animation style was great. The characters were great. All of it was great. But I didn't feel as engaged with the storyline as I did with the first movie. It felt
Maybe it's
like
because I really like action in movies. There was like basically Across the Spider-Verse was just action, like almost non-stop.
But
So
this
that
is gonna
might be
sound
why.
crazy. This is gonna sound wild. But I think the first Spider movie had more action and better action. I'm just.
That is
Oh.
crazy. That is
No.
crazy.
I might be wrong, but I just.
You're
We
being
love both.
demoted.
We just
I'm
love
re- I'm
both
re-
of them.
I'm
I
reading
do
They're
love
both
some
good.
both of
I
them.
do love both
reviews
of
the
them.
movie.
Let's just love both of them. Guys, I don't have that much long left. I got to go pretty soon.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
I've got
Oh yeah.
one more question we can perhaps
Right.
dig into.
Yeah, sure.
Is the Super Mario Brothers Illumination animated movie, is that the best video game movie adaptation ever?
Not even close. I thought that movie was.
Oh,
I
here we
haven't
go.
seen it.
Ooh.
This is probably a crime, but I have not seen it.
5 out of 10.
I strongly recommend the Mario Bros movie.
Why?
It was okay. Here's something interesting about it. The action scenes were so fire, but the plot, there was like no plot.
There was no plot.
it was
the
just
most
reference after reference after
predictable movie
reference.
Ever.
You know what that
You
reminds
mean-
me of? The Five Nights at Freddy's movie, where it's just like a complete movie made for the
I
fans.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
You needed
that.
you needed context to understand it.
That
Anyways,
is
go
true.
on. Go on with the Mario movie.
I'm glad this has come up because we've come full circle like all good podcast episodes do. We're right back
Mm-hmm.
to bread and butter toast.
Yeah.
And that's what this, to me, that's what the Mario Bros. Movie is. The video games themselves have no plot. Mario needs to save Peach, or Mario, Peach, Toad, Luigi need to save a bunch of fairies. It's always so simple. It's basically stop Bowser. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the movie does.
Yeah.
But along the way, we get just wonderful animation, funny moments, good
The
action.
animation is amazing.
Just nice, easy, simple stuff. But this is my point. That's what Mario games are, and it adapted that into a movie. Yes, very simple. Yes, very thin on plot. But I would argue didn't need it. Didn't need it.
Absolutely.
There have been plenty of video game movie adaptations that have tried too hard and made that mistake, whereas this just put Mario on screen, and it was so much fun. I loved it.
Am I the only person in the entire world who actually enjoyed Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Yeah.
I've not seen the entire movie yet,
I
so
did not hate Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I actually
I
really
liked it at first.
I
It's
actually
So,
really liked it.
it's just a lot of
Um,
like references, like same thing
so-
as Super
I
Mario,
think I just
but
like that
the
because
reason
also,
I saw the movie is actually really funny, but I'll let you wrap up your thought, Owen, and then I'll get into it.
it's it might be the reason why I'm not even joking. Ready Player One is one of my favorite movies.
Oh.
that is a
Player
wild thing
One.
to say. I didn't hate it.
Also-
I didn't hate it
It's
as much as a lot of people
fun.
did. It was a fun
People
movie.
say it's like, oh, this is Steven Spielberg's worst movie ever.
It's not
No.
that bad. No,
It
No,
is
it's not
not
that
that bad.
it's not that bad. No.
Anything with the T-Rex in it, it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah.
That's
For real.
a fair
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Anything of Tracer 50 times, it's not that bad. It's just a bunch of references put together, but it wasn't a bad movie. It had a plot. It was interesting.
Did.
I was
It
engaged.
really good.
Yeah.
I actually love that movie.
The screenplay was pretty good. Like, can't
I
complain.
understand why people didn't like Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet though, because it completely destroys the characters, and
Yeah.
it's just references and stuff.
Oh,
But
it is
I
true,
thought it
yeah.
was pretty good. I mean, I would. I don't think
It
I'd be
feels really
watching it
gross
anytime
when they
soon.
go to the it feels gross when they go to the Disney website and it's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
wall to wall
A
commercials
little
for their
on
other
the
IPs. It's really gross.
yeah.
But when all the princesses get together, it felt like that was hilarious. I want to see a movie
Oh,
of
yeah.
just Disney princesses, the movie.
Yeah,
they'll
that
do
would be
that.
so much fun.
They'll do that.
They
That
better
would
do it
be
right
great, yeah.
though.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
'cause
could do
and
that.
they-
Yeah,
they sort
so
of, like,
I have a
Heightened all their
bad
personalities and stuff. It was good.
I have a bad experience with Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
Oh,
Oh,
So
Oh no, Wreck-It Ralph trauma.
yeah, this happened like I guess a month ago now. I was
Ralph breaks
babysitting.
you.
Ralph
Yeah.
breaks Elijah.
Yeah, so I was babysitting, right?
oh no.
And this
Uh-huh.
5-year-old would not. He was having a tantrum, and oh, I was there for 30 minutes just trying to get him to calm down. And eventually, Wreck-It Ralph somehow did it. I don't know. But now every time I think about Wreck-It Ralph, I think about my overall exhaustion after that night. But
But you poor thing, you had to deal with a kid having a tantrum for 30 minutes.
He's a
Oh,
father.
I know, I
That
know.
sounds so hard.
Oh my.
How do you manage?
And he gets paid for it.
I know, right? Well, actually, on Sundays I don't. And that is with 17 7-year-olds, and it is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, that's me with
Um,
37-year-olds.
Do you get full fridge privileges?
Full fridge privileges? Oh my. I'm
Oh
getting a
wait,
job.
when I babysit, yes, I get. Yeah,
Ah,
All right,
they
not all
better have
bad.
good stuff.
Okay, awesome perk.
they're really nice to me. So
Cool. I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
I think that's.
I
good
need to
wrapping
sleep
up.
because tired.
Yeah.
Well, that was
You got it.
awesome. I love talking to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
this was great.
thank you for your amazing work with Bluey. It's
And
incredible
your
to
show.
incredible to talk to you again. Talk
Yeah,
about animation,
great.
talk about science, math.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
gosh! Thank you for having me. This was really fun.
course, of
Sorry, I was 45 minutes late and got the
It's-
time
it's
zones
fine.
confused.
No, it is all good. It is fine.
It is crazy late for you now, right?
It's
Yeah, it's
No.
12. It's 12
It's
a.m.
12.
I stayed up till 5 a.m. last night, so this is nothing.
I
Oh, you guys are young. You got your youth.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
I'm
We're
I'm
enjoying
dead
it.
by 10. No, this
so
was a
tired.
pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, yeah.
No
Oh,
problem.
thank you so much, Chris.
Right.
All right.
Peace out, guys.
Have
See
a good
ya.
night.
You
Or
too.
have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Elijah,
afternoon.
you gotta sign us out.
Oh yeah, I gotta say
Oh
the
yeah.
thing.
Oh right. Oopsie.
And as always, this has been the Around the Creek podcast.
That's
Wait,
not
no.
it.
Oh
No.
wait. Oh, oops. As always, I'm Elijah.
I'm Aiden.
I'm
Chris.
Owen.
There we go. We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
And this has been the Around the Creek podcast.
Bye.
I'm Chris.
All right. Have a good night.